Welcome back. If you watch TV news, you know that the best way to have a discussion about a topic is by shouting about it for a whole segment. Sure, civilized discourse is fun, but the only way you can be sure you've won an argument is if you emerge victorious with your opponent's bloody shirt tied around your waist like a victory belt. Maybe you should talk now?
Right. Okay, yeah, let's just forget that happened. Let's get to this segment. All right, to honor those in the media who can't have a conversation without finger-pointing and gnashing of teeth, we now proudly introduce our new segment where we tackle some of the more controversial topics in tech. This is Grate Da Bait.
Tonight's topic.
3D television and movies, are they here to stay?
Yes!
No!
Yes! Doug, 3D technology is good for consumers because it gives you a whole new dimension of technology, hence the extra D. Or do you not care about the American people's right to as many dimensions as they want?
Josh, because I can't see anything, perhaps you want a third dimension because your real life has no dimensions at all. For nearly 100 years, we have become accustomed to seeing motion pictures in flatoscopic 2D, the way God intended. Who wants to see objects flying off the screen and attacking your face? If you thought the original Jackass movie was bad, the new Jackass 3D is going to make you yearn for the comic stylings of Paris Hilton, who also, by the way, would not be very appetizing in 3D.
First of all, Douglas, I'm pretty sure Paris Hilton is at least a 32B. Check your facts. And second, why are you so against progress? I'm so angry I'm going to take my glasses off now. On the first day of creation, God said, "Let there be light," and sent out his disciples, Benjamin Franklin and Thomas Edison, to harness the power of said light and condense it into tiny little bulbs. Then we took those bulbs and created cars. Then we disassembled those cars into little boxes that we now call video games and television sets. And now, we're taking those television sets and giving consumers the power to see a cat clawing at them in 3 different dimensions. I ask again, why are you so against progress? Do you want us to return to the Stone Age, where we all ate dinosaur meat and raised saber-toothed tigers as pets?
Well, Josh, in the Stone Age, people stared at 3D objects too. They were usually called rocks. And it sounds like that's what your brain is made of. 3D video is nothing but a gimmick, a way for movie theaters to charge you more money and for television manufacturers to get you to buy new screens right after you just threw down hundreds of smackaroos on that big 10-foot HD set. If now you're saying you want to immerse yourself in a third dimension, why don't you just go invent the holodeck already?
I don't know what that's a reference to, but I do know
Trek.
this. I don't care. Inconvenient consumers is not unique to 3D technology. It's true of any new technology. Look at HD, Blu-ray, or go as far back as the invention of the DVD. The pristine Apple laptop you have lets you watch DVDs. If you're so against new gimmicks, why don't you buy an Apple II computer and live gimmick-free? Oh wait, you don't, because when it comes to technology, everyone is a slave. You, me, the entire world. We are all slaves to our gadgets. Black Pow! Sorry, that came out wrong.
So now you're saying that 3D technology is going to turn us all into slaves? I simply thought that 3D technology was just creepy.
I am merely following your train of logic, Douglas, which I conveniently crashed on the tracks in a fiery inferno just to show you how wrong you really are. Let me ask you a question. Did you see Avatar?
No. Seeing computer-generated blue skin makes my eyes burn.
I didn't care for it either, but that's beside the point. The only reason anyone saw or liked it was because it was in 3D. It's a whole new generation of special effects. The plot was weak and the characters were boring, but those scenes with gun battles and wild animal battles and spear battles and love battles were amazing because of the special effects. Consider this. If ATV filmed all their shows in 3D, students would be watching our channel in droves, or don't you care enough about promoting ATV?
Wait a minute. You think we could be filmed in 3D? But what kind of special effects would we do?
Well, for one thing, I feel like people watching Tech Talk would be mesmerized if when you made all those dramatic hand gestures of yours, your fingers would look like they're trying to reach out and touch them. And isn't that what TV is all about? Touching our viewers?
Sure, that's what 3D TV is all about. If those 3D stand for disturbing, distressing, and dismissing you from the television industry for the rest of your life.
Well, at least I say what's on my mind, Douglas. I don't hide my feelings. If I want to go out there and touch our viewers, I touch them. Maybe you would be more relaxed if you expressed yourself more often.
You actually want to touch our viewers? Go get a room and an iPad. That's all you need to touch our viewers. You're supposed to be a tech pundit, not a pedophile.
A pedophile, really? You're pulling out the big guns, aren't you? Well, what about you, Mr. Staying Up All Night at the ATV studios? How many all-nighters have you pulled here? Why shouldn't I assume from that you are a vampire? Think about it.
Well then, suppose we start a reality show about me sleeping on the ATV couch. Now there's something I'd really love to see in 3D. I'm on the edge of my seat just thinking about it. The drama, the action, the special effects that will be sure to captivate me for seconds on end.
But Doug, people don't really need to see you in 3D. Your hulkish frame intimidates people in 2 dimensions enough as it is. I don't think they need to see a third.
Well, people don't need to see you on 3D either. As if getting a high-def look at your goatee wasn't bad enough, that thing looks like a muskrat living on your chin.
Okay, now with the personal attacks. I'll have you know, this goatee was carried down to me from my ancestors. This goatee was personally placed on my face by my great-uncle himself, a man who personally wrestled Adolf Hitler to the ground. But I guess I should expect that kind of personal attack from someone who is clearly a Nazi sympathizer.
What? You're clearly the Nazi sympathizer here. Just imagine the kind of propaganda Goebbels would have been able to produce if he had had 3D technology on his side.
Oh, that makes so much sense. You know what would win over the German people if he filmed a movie with depth? Yes, think of what could have happened. Millions of Jews, homosexuals, and gypsies would have been rounded up by Germans, eager to please their dear leader Hitler and eventually have them exterminated. Oh, wait! They did! And they did it in 2D!
I'm sure you just love to relive that experience, wouldn't you? Well, how about with Schindler's List, now in 3D, coming soon to a theater near you?
That actually sounds really bad. Maybe you do have a point. Maybe 3D is only good for certain formats and platforms, but not for the classics, and in truth, one shouldn't make a blanket statement one way or the other.
I'll admit 3D technology will probably be coming in some form, whether or not we think it's creepy. Just please don't make me have to wear these stupid looking glasses again, deal?
All right, deal. I'm Josh Feldman.
And I'm Douglas Bell.
And this has been
The Grate Da Bait.
We'll be right back.
You can't stop this, can't slow down.